Okay. All right. Hola, mi amigos. Hey, we got a good show for you today. Again, ahead of the April 12th fights, we got to bring in the fighters that you guys are going to be watching. Steve, he gets a mission and he always comes through. You got a good one for us tonight, Steve.
Yeah, I mean we got the co-main event, the co-headliner. You know, Mr. Lozano's gonna be joining us, and he's gonna be taking on the Marine Mike Richman on the 12th. You know, it's gonna be a fun one for sure. Looking
We're gonna
forward to
find out
catching up with Erick. What's up?
Yeah, we're going to find out how he feels about it, how he feels about this fight. Is this the one he wants? And of course, we're always going to get to know a little bit about your favorite fighters. So without further ado, let's welcome Erick El Travieso Lozano. Hola, senor. How are you doing this evening?
How you guys doing? How you guys doing? You guys are breaking up in and out, so I could.
Well, yeah,
I don't know if it's my connection or yours, but
you said that you're down in Texas right now. Like you're actually sitting in a hotel weight room right now.
Yes, sir.
Are you getting your workout in here, or what? You're a little ways from Michigan.
Oh yeah, I came down here to work out with my my cornerman. So I was gonna do the last week of training and then head back and just do the weight cut, which isn't gonna be bad. It's one of my better camps, so I'm looking forward to having an easy cut. And I just wanted to finish off strong with my last week of hard work with my coach. So that's why I came back down here. He's gonna be flying out and meeting me out there in Florida.
Okay, so you're gonna go home first, and then you guys will meet up in Florida for the fight on the 12th.
Yes, sir.
Is that how you guys normally do it? Do you guys normally like kind of break it up like this, or is it just because your camp was easier?
Down here. No, I've been coming down here to Texas more frequent because I'm originally from Texas and I live in Michigan. My kids are up there, but I've been coming over here and working with a couple of coaches and me and my coach Chris. We clicked and I told him, man, I need you in my corner for this one. And we've been working together. He's been helping me out with a couple of different techniques that I like, and we just click, man. So I'm like, fuck it, let's run this. Let's do it together, and you know, we made it happen. So I'm out here working my last hard week of training camp, and then I just go cut weight. Like I said, it's one of my better camps, so I'm not gonna have trouble with weight cut.
So after the last fight, you said that this is your time and you wanted a top 5 fighter for your next fight. You got Richman coming up. Is this a top 5 fighter for you? Is this the fight that you wanted?
For sure. Richman's up there. His last 2 fights were title fights against Mundell and Lorenzo Hunt. I mean, he's got to be up there in the top 5. I think or my buddies told me he was ranked number 5. So that works for me. I mean, but he's been a champion for BKFC. I've already fought some of the champions at BKFC. Lost to Hunt. I was able to beat Ricky, and I'm looking forward for this fight. And this fight, you guys are all gonna see a different Travieso go in there. I'm a lot leaner. I've been training my ass off, and I think this is my year. Like I said, I'm gonna make the best of the opportunity.
Well, you are a guy that's known for not saying no. I mean, you will take any fight. Perfect example. Hey, come to the BKFC, and for your first fight, we want you to fight Lorenzo Hunt. And you're like, I'm all about it. You had no problem with this at all.
Oh, for sure. And I took him on 2 weeks' notice at a heavier weight class. So I'm always down to fight. I've been known for that type of person since I was doing MMA. I've fought from welterweight at 170 all the way to heavyweight on short notice, so I'm always down for a scrap.
Now, what makes you? I ask all the fighters this. What makes you go from MMA to BKFC, and what skills do you feel translate and give you kind of an advantage or give you your strength? What's carried over?
For me personally, I never did wrestling in high school. I learned how to do wrestling in the pros, in MMA. So I took a couple L's in MMA over wrestling. Like guys would just take me down and hold me, and I learned how to defend it more. And then I started doing more wrestling myself. And I fought some really good wrestlers, some All American wrestlers. Justin James from Oklahoma State. He's actually one of the coaches and has fought in the UFC. Out there at Extreme Couture. I learned how to do the wrestling in the pro level, and for me, it was more. I've always been a scrapper, a brawler. I've gotten more technical, and it's more like a chess game in MMA. So, it's to me, it's a huge advantage in doing BKFC because I like to throw my hands, and once I start throwing my hands, they want to try to take me down, and I don't have to defend myself in BKFC.
Yeah, that's I mean, it's kind of a common, you bring up the wrestling and stuff. That's what we seem to hear from everybody is that wrestling piece of it, and the fact that you guys don't have to go to the ground. So that's, I mean, you're right there with everyone else. If you had
right.
to,
I mean, for me, throwing. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, please.
You're breaking up a little bit. No, for me, me throwing and getting hit, sometimes it takes a hit to get me going. I'll start off a little slow, but once I get hit, woken up, I'm like, let's get it. And then I wake up, and then I don't know, it's like a chess game, and from there I'm on point trying to see where I capitalize on a mistake.
What do you see as your next fight after this one? You win this fight, and what's next?
I win this fight. I want to be in the top 5, maybe in title contention. I know me and Jomi been talking back and forth a little bit here and there. I have full respect for all the top 5 guys, even for the Marine. So I hope we could go out there and put a show on. And for me, I just want to be in the top 5 and make a title run. That's what I'm here for, and I'm hoping I'm able to succeed in that.
Go ahead, Steven.
Now, we've seen a lot of things going on in BKFC right now. One of your former opponents, Mr. Hunt, is currently trying to pick up a third belt. Are you a fan of I guess his little run he's going on? No disrespect at all. I'm just one of the ones who likes to see a champion defend their belt more than once or twice a year. When you have a guy holding multiple belts in multiple different weight classes, it kind of puts a hold on big fights,
Oh, for sure. I understand where the frustration is from BKFC because he's holding a couple different belts, and then he wants to go for a third one where there's people online trying to get those belts, and he's got options, with him being a double champ, and now I guess they took the belts from him, and they're making another light heavyweight champ, but and he's gonna go for his third belt, which if he wins, he'd be a 3-time champ. Which I understand where Lorenzo's coming from, but there's also the business aspect of it from BKFC, and I understand their frustrations. And well, it's already in line, and he's going for the third belt, and now there's vacant belts, so I guess there's win-lose for him.
I mean, it's cool that they're vacating and things of that nature, and I get from his perspective, why he would want to do that and go for it. But like you said, there's a business side to this thing too, and I said the same thing when McGregor was doing his thing. I'm like, listen, I believe all champions should be active unless you're injured. You should be defend your belt at least 2 or 3 times a year. If you don't defend it in a calendar year, there should be no arguments that the title should be vacated, regardless of who we're talking about. We could talk about the biggest star in the sport, or somebody who just won the title within a year or so. It's not, I just want to see active title fights, regardless if we're talking BKFC, UFC, boxing, combat sports in general. Fans, media members, fighters, we want active champions, right or wrong.
I would have to say right, and if they want to be a double champ or whatever, they got to be able to back that up at whatever division they're champs in, and it's more difficult being a double champ, fluctuating in weight and who you're fighting and stuff, and giving other people opportunity. And it sucks for the promotion. So, but I get, like you said,
at the same time, they put
like,
themselves in that situation by allowing him to go up and continue to chase it. After he won light heavyweight, it's either you stay at those 2 and try to defend those 2, but when you go up for the third, you already said, they already vacated the light, or making another light heavyweight title. So you assume if he wins this one, that the middleweight one ain't far behind either.
Right.
Let's talk about. Let's really put you on the defensive here. I want to see you sweat a little bit, because I know, or word is that you are actually a Dallas Cowboys fan.
I'm a huge Dallas Cowboy fan. So you go ahead and
we got it up there. I was we got Erick up there.
You got to take heat for that, being up in Michigan, right?
I gave him props. He at least got the Michael Parsons jerseys on, so he knows at least the right players. I'll give him that much.
I get heat all the time for my truck has Dallas Cowboys all over it too. So I get shit. Everybody knows that's my truck, and they'll be honking at me and be like, flipping me the finger, unless they're my friends and they're like, yay, whatever. But I like fucking with all the Lion fans myself, so it's fun. It's all fun in nature, and everybody has their team, and mine happens to be the Dallas Cowboys, and I'm gonna rock them.
Like, do you feel like you take?
Or no?
What was that?
Are you happy with the moves or non-moves this offseason or no?
Not really, but it is what it is. I think Jerry Jones has to give up his position and trying to control the team like he always has, and give somebody else an opportunity. But for me, I think Dak Prescott chokes, and that's where we need to find is a true leader that's not going to choke and lead us to another championship.
Is this Prescott's last year?
If he doesn't do anything like championship game, yeah, I would say he is.
I will say this. I'll give Jerry credit, the fact that he hadn't already extend Dak, when in years past we would already seen him extended Dak for the next 3 years on some crazy contract, and regardless of what was going to go on the season. The fact that they flat out said, both of them said they have an understanding, and no contract extension is going to happen this season, I think speaks world to he's at least realizing some of the mistakes he's made in the past. For sure. Yeah, this is his year. It's either going to make him or break him. So I think that's where Dak's at. He knows what he's got to do, and he's got to lead the team to the promised land. So
how do you feel about Pollard being gone?
There's pros and cons, but we don't have a solid back to replace Pollard. So that's where my but we always have running backs that come out, so I'm not too worried about it. Pollard wasn't a star until Zeke started fading a little bit, and Pollard just popped out, and I'm not worried about running backs. We have a good line, and as long as they come out to play, they're gonna be good. But
you lost your anchor this year. Jerry let the anchor leave with your left tackle going to the Jets.
My what?
The left tackle.
You said who?
Your anchor, your left
breaking up,
tackle
so I
with
couldn't
the
understand the
Jets.
question. Or
He's talking about your left tackle getting shipped
yeah,
off to
he
the
did go to
Jets.
Jets.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, that's gonna suck for Dak.
Now, are
It's
you
his
a
backside. He keeps on getting hit on that side.
Are you a Wolverine as well? Are you a Wolverine as well?
No, sir. I went to the Aggies, but I'm a Longhorn fan. All my family's Longhorns, but they only offered me a partial scholarship to go play for the Longhorns. So I took Texas A&M and became an Aggie, and shattered my ankle my first year, and ended up not returning.
I'm sorry to hear about the ankle. You're doing okay though. you're getting to take a lot of frustration out on them. I was gonna say, like,
sure.
You'd have to be a brave man to give you too much shit about the Cowboys anyway, because like I'm not trying to piss you off.
Yeah.
You know what
I mean, for me, it's fun and games, and outside of the squared circle or outside of the cage, I'm actually a pretty cool guy to hang out with and have fun, joke around with. I'm not one of those guys that's a dickhead and just talks trash. I'm pretty laid back. I got kids. I like that family environment, and I'll have cookouts and just go have games for volleyball. I'll invite all the people in my area, my hometown, or wherever I'm at. I'm like, come on, play volleyball, cook out for all the kids and stuff. Bring all your family. So that's the type of person I am, and I have some boards that are cowboy boards, and then I have my friends that bring their Lions boards, and we talk trash, but we play cornhole and stuff. It's all fun and games. It's all part of having fun.
Hey man, you ever come to Philly for a tailgate? Let me know. We'll do something, brother.
Oh, for sure. That'd be a good one.
Yeah, for real. I would love to see some idiot Eagle fan try to say some stupid stuff to you. That would be hilarious.
Because that would be the fan base that would do it too. Like that would be the one.
Yeah, right I could talk trash with the best of them. It's just fun and games until push comes to shove, and then I'll be like, nah, I'll walk away unless I get hit or something. Then I got to defend myself at that point.
I think the key to dealing with Eagles fans is just let them chirp. It doesn't matter. It's almost like you have to act like you're a deaf man. You just gotta let some of the fans just say what they're gonna say. Once you go back at them, that's when it becomes something.
Oh yeah, there's a couple Eagle fans out in Michigan that I be chirping with all the time, and one of them is one of my good friends' brother-in-law, and yeah, he's always chirping. It's fun and games. I love it. We go watch the games together. It's fun.
I still think the best clip of the last handful of years of Eagles fan was when Joey Bosa was coming into the stadium. Before the 49ers game, but before the NFC Championship game 2 years ago. I still think that's probably one of the best clips I've seen over the last handful of years. But I mean, I still think our rivalry gets overinflated by the media when you really think about it. I still feel Eagles fans and Giants fans are probably the biggest rivalry because it's the longest one. I just think publicly our rivalry has kind of been glorified, I guess.
Yeah, we've been doing splits, so I think it's fun and games.
That's the truth.
It's not one-sided, so and every game's exciting. They make it exciting, so that makes it even better to watch.
I don't think we've had a sweep in the series in some time, and that's it. I want to get your take on it this year. Our division is the longest running on not having back-to-back division champions. Do you feel like the Eagles will make sure that flips again this season, or are your Cowboys going to break that trend this year?
I'm hoping they do. I mean, Prescott's on the hot seat, so I'm hoping he gets hot and show that he's worth the money and keeping them and getting that contract.
You got to play good in a contract.
Just got paid, and everyone was tearing them apart last season with the epic meltdown that we had last year. So you can say the same thing over here. It's going to be an interesting season. All I say is I think a lot of teams got better, some parity across the board. buckle up, fans. It's going to be a fun year. I think everyone has a reason to be excited about their team, regardless what division. I think outside of a handful of teams, really, I think every team has something to be excited for.
For sure. I love
you said, I know
getting a couple.
I know you're very proud of your Spanish heritage and stuff like that. What do you do at home to kind of enhance that with your family and your children and stuff like that?
Well, I'm always representing Mexico. My dad's actually he was born in Mexico, and my mom was born in the U.S. and so I'm Mexican American, and I'm proud of it. I grew up in South Texas, right by the border, in the Rio Grande Valley. So I'm always repping the flag, and I'm Mexican American. I rep both of them because I'm American, but I got Mexican blood in me. So I'm gonna rep both of them all day.
Is it like, I mean, I don't know if you have a daughter, but do you have a daughter? Let's start there.
I do.
Is she gonna get a quinceañera?
I got 3 daughters.
Are they getting quinceañeras?
My daughters are already older. They had a sweet 16, and no, actually none of them had a quinceañera. They all had sweet 16s.
Okay. What is the primary ethnic food choice in your house?
Mexican wise, I'm a soup guy, so I like caldo de res, and you gotta have tacos once a week. So
yes.
I keep it on Tuesdays. Might as well keep with it, right?
Ours is Sundays.
For sure.
Sundays. Yeah. You got to. Steve, did you have any MMA stuff that you want to talk?
we got some interesting things. Now, obviously, we're on a podcast and social media. I don't know if you guys seen the awkward interviews Dana White has been having to do. I don't know who's booking his interviews or whatever, but walks off the Howie Mandel interview. He's like, you know what? I'm sick of interviews right now. This is nonsense. Picks up his headphones and walks off the set. Howie Mandel's like, what's going on here? Then this week he's on there with with some nice woman, and she was like, "What's Joe Rogan's dream?" And he's like, "Huh?" This woman is thinking she's talking to Joe Rogan, not Dana White.
Oh man,
I'm dying. I just turned it off. I'm like, I don't care what Dana's reaction was to it.
I haven't been watching. I've been more focused on my camp.
You should never be able to do interviews ever again. Leave. You're done.
Right.
With no business being in media. Funny. If you cannot differentiate who Dana White is and Joe Rogan, yes, I get it. They're bald. They kind of look similar, but no. Wow. Is it getting to the point where some of the stuff is unnecessary?
For sure.
I mean, it's.
What do you think about this whole? Because we asked this of everybody too. Because until it happens, we got to talk about it. What do you think about this whole JakePaul Mike Tyson silliness?
I'm thinking if Mike Tyson's serious and going in there and fighting, and it's not all rigged up, I think Mike Tyson's he can hurt him. I think the Paul boys are all overrated, and I think they're a joke to me.
Would you fight one?
I would love to fight one, and bare knuckles. That'd be sweet. I don't care which one it is.
I'd pay to see that. David, Mr. Feldman.
For sure.
Let's go.
Make it happen. Shit.
I think we get a little bit of both. I think we get Mike, hits him, hurts him. I think he doesn't get a big shot to the head, but he rips him to the body and hurts Jake. But I think Jake survives it and finds a way to win in the eyes, because the revised rules has come out. There is going to be no judges. The only way the fight ends is
here's my thing. This isn't a pay-per-view event. So there isn't like this big payday to make off the pay-per-view ticket. So there's really no reason to drag this thing out. I mean, I'm really expecting old school first 10-second knockout Tyson like we used to see. I think this thing's going to be over.
That'd be
real
awesome.
quick.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah,
I'd love to see
But
that.
if it goes anywhere towards the distance, it's gonna be Paul. You already know. Mike doesn't put him away in the first four rounds. Gonna be Paul. They're gonna give it to Paul, and it's gonna be some bullshit, as we've seen before. I think they're a joke.
If there's no judging, then if someone has to knock someone out, then you have to think it's got to be Tyson, right? Yeah, exactly.
Right, for sure. Yep.
I don't know. I just don't. Yeah, 50 years old or not. Look, a 50-year-old Tyson is better than most 20-year-old fighters out there right now. So it's nothing against JakePaul.
I agree.
Just saying.
And it's not like he's coming in rusty. He just fought I think a year and a half ago or something. So he's still a minute, but he's been in the ring recently.
And I know it's just YouTube and promo videos and stuff, but the training videos you see, Tyson looks good to me. Like, I wouldn't mess with him.
I wouldn't want to fight Tyson.
No, I would not fight Tyson.
Now, Eric, did you happen to catch the remake of Roadhouse with Jake Gyllenhaal and McGregor in it?
I did. I thought it was pretty funny.
Yeah,
I'm a big Roadhouse fan.
Yes,
from the original. I'm a big Roadhouse fan, and they kind of made it a joke. But damn, I mean, it was kind of funny. But
listen,
other than that, I don't know how they could call that a remake of Roadhouse, the original.
No.
It was a joke for it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like this. If you're looking at to watch some fun and have some laughs for an hour and a half, 2 hours, whatever.
For sure.
But I think people get so romanticized with when you put that brand name to it, and that's what you're doing to bring in other people, and that's why what Hollywood does with a lot of this stuff. But I think for overall, like, watching Conor be a freaking goofball on that and everything like that. I mean, I just think it was a fun movie to have, especially if you're part of this younger generation and things of that nature.
Oh yeah, I believe a lot of people liked it, but those are people that haven't watched the original, and it's more about Conor. I mean, to me, it was funny. To me, it's more of a comedy than action.
Especially some of the gifs you see now, where they got some of the stuff that Conor was doing in that, like, where the F is everybody walking around all
all stupid and shit. It's funny.
But the acting aside, he's actually getting back in there. He's been the most tested athlete of the year so far. Obviously, the testing is working fairly well, considering Walt Harris has been suspended for 4 years, and he is practically done. It's going to put him well into his 40s once the suspension is up. Are you interested to see, the next Conor's laid out a pretty hefty goals for himself? He wants to fight Chandler. Is going to be, I think he said 303 or something like that. He wants to fight 2 more times before the end of the year. One of them boxing. He's trying to get 20 knockouts in MMA. He wants to get up there with Anderson Silva to kind of hold himself to that legacy that a lot of people hold Anderson to. You feel he still has that competitive fire to do that and be still at that level?
I think he fights Chandler. I think Chandler gets the best of him, just because he hasn't been in there lately, and I've never really been a McGregor fan, so I like to see Chandler kick his ass and put him away and shut him up once and for all.
I like the honesty. I like it. We know you're there with your family. We don't want to take up too much of your time. One thing we like to do on the show that I like to do Fox's Fast Five. I'm going to ask you 5 questions. You simply answer them the best you can. They're fun questions. They're meant to be a good time. So if you're ready, let's get started.
Go ahead, shoot.
after you're done with fight camp and the fight, and you're no longer in camp in fight mode, what's the first meal you're gonna eat?
First meal I'm gonna have is I want some pozole. I love having pozole after a fight.
Is that your go-to?
Mexican soup. Oh yeah,
That's your
I
go-to?
love pozole. Extra spicy pozole with lime. Let's get it.
Let's get it. When you get that check and you get to move wherever the hell you want to, where's it gonna be?
Probably back to Texas.
Easy choice. Family, I'm guessing.
For sure.
Yeah. If you could live anywhere outside of the United States, where would it be?
That's a good one. I would have to say shit, I'm not even sure. I never even thought about that. Because it might be Mexico, and a good spot in Mexico. I mean, it's beautiful in some parts of Mexico.
Where's a good spot? Give us a bonus question. Where's a good spot? Where do we need to go?
Like where Cancun is, Saltillo. There, I mean, where the pyramids are. I'm not.
Yeah.
I don't know the actual states and the way they are separated over there, but there's some beautiful spots out there.
Yeah,
I like being in the woods and stuff like that. The forest parts is beautiful.
Can your kids fight if they want to fight? If they want to follow in Dad's footsteps, you gonna bless off on that?
I have a whole cage and gym and storage right now because I had my own MMA team before I moved to Texas like 3 years ago, and it's still there, and that's for my kids for when they're ready to fight and I'm ready to coach. So
any prospects? You got prospects, or they
I have my 19-year-old. My 19-year-old, I got him in sparring, karate sparring when he was younger, and he never lost. But I wanted him to play football because I was an all-stater in Texas, and he loved the sport. So I allowed him to do all that, and now he's showing me that he's interested in fighting again. And he's a little bit smaller and more petite, so I think he's got that it factor. And then I have my baby, which is 13, and he's going to be a freshman next year. And he's been doing wrestling, and I've been trying to push him, but it's hard because I don't have him full time. Me and his mom got a divorce, so it's a little harder on me. But he also has that it factor. All my kids have scholarships for something. My son that is showing me interest right now, he's 19. Got a full ride for rugby, and my daughter's softball. So all my kids are athletic, and I'm hoping that one of them fights soon because I'm ready to coach.
You are going to be the coach. That's good. That's good to know. Who runs the house?
Me.
He says with a question mark. He says, "I hope my wife doesn't see this." I think it's the kids. That's what I would say. Say the kids run the house. That's my house anyway.
They have a lot of input, but for the most part, we have the last say so.
That's it. That's right. That's right. Last question. We got to talk about the ride, man. Like, again, when you get that check and you get that dream ride, what's it going to be?
The dream ride?
The dream ride, man.
I want to get another gym back opened and establish myself where I'm able to coach my kids, and that's pretty much my dream, to be able to open the doors for younger kids. And I grew up in a poverty area, so I don't want to charge the kids if they're willing to come out. I love to help them out and give them an opportunity to do something other than go and do dumb things or just be online like all the kids are right now, and have them learn. If you have that it, or you go put in the work, you're going to be a lot better than the other kids. So that's what I'm telling my kids. Everybody's on social media or on games or doing shit, and then the kids that are actually busting ass, you could see it. They have that work ethic that a lot of kids don't have, even with jobs. Like, the younger kids nowadays, I don't want to work, fuck that, and they just walk off jobs, and it's kind of pathetic, but that's what it is nowadays.
Amen. That is a great spot to wrap this one up. At the end of the interview of every interview, Steve had this fantastic idea to let you end your own interview. It's your interview. So this is what we call the guest spotlight, and you can talk about whatever you want to talk about. You can give us a recipe for enchiladas. You can, tell us a bedtime story. You can sit there and lift weights, and we'll watch you do it. But it's your interview. End it how you want, my friend.
No, I'm good. I just want to say thanks to BKFC for giving me the opportunity of being in the main event, fighting a really reputable guy and Mike Richman. And I'm looking forward to getting there and banging, putting on a show and showing everybody that's where I belong in the top 5.
I can't wait for it. Can't wait.
Man, like, you are one of the most like humble badasses I've ever come across. And I just appreciate you taking a few minutes with us on the show today. Steven, you got anything? What El Travieso?
Last one, want to throw out the Just Blaze CNC Management t-shirt.
Sure.
I've seen come across the timeline. Got to throw Just Blaze Clothing some love.
Yes, sir. Thanks to CNC Management and the guys making the shirts out there. I appreciate it, and look forward to seeing you guys at the show next weekend.
Hey, absolutely. Thank you so much again for spending some time with us. You got this fight coming up. It's almost here. We wish you the best of luck, and we see you in the next one. Maybe shooting for a belt as the top 5 BKFC guy.
That's a goal. That's a goal, man.
Let's get it. Get after it. Everybody, thanks for joining us on another episode of Wanna Fight. Catch us next time. We'll talk about how the April 12th fights came out. Who knows who we'll be talking to, because Steven's going to knock it out the park again, like he always does. That's like he did on this one. For Erick, El Travieso, Lozano, and my co-host Steven, I am Chris Fox. Everybody be safe out there. We'll see you guys next time on Wanna Fight About It.
Yes, sir. Thanks.
Hey, thank you. Appreciate it. That's it, man.